If you're watching this video, it means that you survived the worst day in crypto ever. That was Friday, and it all happened based on a miscommunication or possibly some nefarious activity. I'll get into that in a moment. So Trump yesterday said, don't worry about China, it will all be fine. And if you guys checked your portfolio, you saw all green. Now, it is just insane to go from the worst day to many coins going back to where they were before this insane crash. So Trump goes on to say, highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He does not want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. So Trump posted this October 12th at 9:43 a.m. Now, what is he talking about? Well, right here, Adam says the entire $2.5 trillion wipeout happened because two world leaders can't read. Trump misread, quote, export controls as export ban. Xi thought tariffs meant trade deal. Billions in liquidations, lives ruined. And I want to just pause really quick. There have been a lot of people who had insane amounts of leverage, or not even insane amounts, but because of different factors, a lot of people got completely wiped out. I'll touch on that later in the video. So lives ruined is real. All because the global economy runs on Google Translate and caffeine withdrawals. Obviously a little bit tongue-in-cheek there. So a little bit more information. China released a statement clarifying their export controls on rare earths. This was after Trump posted that, and then we saw the biggest liquidations in crypto history. And it was an insanely horrible day for the stock market too. China then said the new controls are not a full export ban, and applications that, quote, meet regulations will still be approved. So the chance of Trump's 100% tariff on China, like I shared in my video on Friday, is very, very, very low. I told you guys to not worry. This is not going to happen. Trump's ego is way too attached to the crypto market and the stock market. It's just not going to happen, right? And this again was the largest crypto liquidation in history and a $2.5 trillion loss of S&P 500 market cap. Enormous mistake, right? Driven by one big misunderstanding. Now, let me know in the comments what you think. This is a very, very huge topic because a lot of people just do not believe this was a mistake. And we can see just how big of a day Friday was. The total crypto market cap hit around $4.1 trillion before Trump made that announcement about 100% tariffs on China. Then, after Trump and China have their mistake statements saying that we're cool, we're good, right? Crypto adds $500 billion to the market cap. As of me making this video, the crypto market cap is above $4 trillion again. Bitcoin chilling at around 115K, Ethereum $4,100, BNB higher than what it was on Friday. A lot of coins, though, have not fully recovered yet. XRP, $2.63. Solana, still under $200. And there are a lot of people making all sorts of allegations or ideas, conspiracies, one could say, about what happened. Some talk about Binance's unified account margin system and how, because Binance is not getting their data, their information on the price of crypto from anywhere outside of just Binance, we saw these insane, forced, massive liquidations, including some massive market makers. So that's why we saw the price go down so much. There was a ton of leverage, which you get cascading liquidations when we start to hit those levels, right? So we go down a little bit and then the leverage basically crashes the market even more. And then we get a cascading liquidation event, which we saw. But then you add these kind of conspiracies about, okay, what was Binance doing? What were other exchanges doing? What was Trump doing? There are a lot of just like what ifs here because, again, this was an insanely huge event. Here's another post about a conspiracy of what they think happened. It says, Binance just reminded everybody who really runs this market. This crash wasn't about Trump, tariffs, or macro. That was just noise. The real story happened inside the books. One market maker moved $700 million to Binance hours before the crash. 200 million of that was in Bitcoin. Few people noticed. Then, as traditional markets bled, crypto started following, but something was off. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but essentially they give this whole scenario of why the price dropped so much. And on certain exchanges, the price of certain coins dropped way, way more than on other exchanges, which is why certain people, even if they were taking essentially safe leverage, like 2x, 3x, they got entirely wiped out because the price went down so quickly, so fast, that individuals and the exchanges themselves didn't even have the opportunity to trigger their stop losses if they had them. But even if people didn't use stop losses if they're taking leverage, there was still such an insane drop in prices so quickly that it just caught everybody off guard here. And again, there were some wicks insanely low, like 80% below where the prices were. And these wicks were so extreme that they just wiped everybody out. So if you are playing with leverage, I hope that you, first off, did not get wiped out and you're doing okay, because a lot of people are not doing okay right now. But I would definitely take a step back and learn how to trade properly, or don't touch leverage if you don't know what I'm talking about, and just stick to spot. What's really interesting right here is that we can see more leverage piling on, right? A lot of leverage piling on right here. So I'm not against leverage, but you just want to be very, very careful how you use it. So for example, if you are playing with leverage here, you definitely want to learn the difference between isolated and cross. If you click cross, it'll use your entire account balance in that coin in order to back up your trade. So a lot of people use cross because it's safer. But like we saw on Friday, if we see a wick down 85, 90%, that can completely wipe you out, especially if these exchanges do not trigger your stop loss, which you should definitely be using as well if you are playing with leverage. Nonetheless, guys, this is not going to be a video about leverage, but basically a lot of people got really, really, really hurt here. And you want to be very, very careful moving forward. And if you were in spot, you're fine, right? Your coins are down, maybe 20, 30% from where they were before Friday, but you're fine, right? And right here, there are only two questions you need to ask as a long-term holder. Will tomorrow be more digital than today? And essentially, is there going to be more liquidity pumped into the system? And as long as your time horizon is 5 years or more, then it's fine, right? It's fine. Everything is fine. The people that got really, really hurt are those that, again, were taking a lot of leverage, and a lot of them just got wiped out without any warning, and it was really, really bad. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, guys. Let me know below what you think about all this stuff, right? Was this just a casual misunderstanding between Trump and Xi in China, or do you think this was something more nefarious? Do you think that there were insiders that made a bunch of money at the expense of retail? Do you think there are some incredibly bad, nefarious players here that are wanting to liquidate people and will do anything to do so? Curious to hear your thoughts. I tend to lean towards the more conspiratorial viewpoint where, yeah, I don't think this was just oops, I think there was a lot going on here. So just to finish the video, taking a look at the chart, it's pretty extraordinary, right? We can see on TradingView this massive wick down to around 107K. Different exchanges saw wicks down to 102, I think some less than 100K. And that's the downside. I mean, that's the crazy part, is that that's why people got really, really hurt. Taking a look at Ethereum, massive wick down. Taking a look at XRP, an even bigger wick down. It's truly incredible what we saw. Taking a look at SUI, massive wick. ADA, massive wick. Link, it's amazing, really. We can see here, BNB Binance is actually higher now than, again, where it was before the crash happened, which is very interesting because most coins are not where they were before the crash. Taking a look at ETH, we were at $4,700 back on October 7th, and we're at 41, right? So we still have a long way to go in order to make up what we lost here, but it's very unlikely that we're going to see massive tariffs, especially with Trump saying this was a big misunderstanding, all is going to be well. And zooming out really far, this is the total crypto market cap. Obviously, we had that wick down to around $3.2 trillion. Now we're at 3.88 or so, but we're still going up, and I do not think we are done going up. I still think that Bitcoin, crypto, and altcoins will go up. I don't see this cycle ending at all. This is the total 3. This is the crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. And yeah, minus the massive wick, we are still projecting up. We are still doing quite well, right? So I really hope you guys are doing okay and you didn't get really hurt by this insane day on Friday. And yeah, that is it for the video. Just wanted to make this before Monday. Well, actually, I'm making this, it's about 1 a.m. on Monday the 13th. So hope you guys are doing well. And let me know your thoughts below about anything you want to talk about. And yeah, that's it for the video. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.